Bum, 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 bum. Welcome, Husky Stream, aka FanFic Friday, episode 2. Oh, I'm hearing like a mass echo. Uh, but welcome. Oh, today, well, I guess I should say this week, we have BoJack as a fanfiction. Ah! Yeah, it's like the new thing is I do a musical number when I start streams. Haha.
That's good.
I
But
like it. Quirky.
yeah, it's totally quirky. The stream's
Yeah.
not showing up on my YouTube, which is weird.
I got the
All I've
notification
seen is
on
the vector on the cross.
Yeah, like I get the notification on Twitter, but like it's not actually on my like YouTube, which is weird.
Does YouTube have like a stream
Save-
dashboard kind of
Put
deal?
your YouTube name in the search engine and then try that.
Well, I can click on the link from Twitter and it takes me to it, but like it's not on my fucking channel right now. Like you know how most times when I go live it's like directly on my
Oh,
channel.
it gives
It
it
was
like a
on for
minute.
me. It was on for me because I'm on my laptop
Okay,
watching
well
it. So.
the other fanfic apparently had the same problem where it didn't upload right away and it took like a day to actually show up.
Whatever happens. It would happen
Basically.
quicker.
Yeah. So, welcome once again to the Fanfic Friday. By popular demand, we're still doing it. When I mean popular demand, I mean no one really asked why we didn't do it last week, and that either shows that people didn't really fucking care, or they just kind of, you know, went along
with
with
it.
the, oh yeah, I guess we're not doing it this week, huh? But despite if people want it or not, we're still doing it. I mean, people keep voting for shit, so I guess some people there's a market for it. But
It's somewhere.
despite that, today, like I said, we have the BoJack fan fiction that was found, um, by our I'm not gonna say lovely, I'm gonna say our mediocre crew. Our art department's really what we like to shine upon because once again we have a beautiful depiction here of Gwen infecting other realms. It's not only subject to human beings now, so the possibilities are getting kind of fucking terrifying of the Gwens. But once again,
Yeah.
Julian hit it right out of the
scared.
fucking park. Julian always fucking come through. Fucking fuego. Ain't that right, Julian?
They call me the Van Gogh of Gwen.
The Van Gogh of Gwen. It's fucking, like I said, me and Canon's gonna see this shit one day and we're either gonna have like a fucking giant lawsuit or he's just gonna be like, y'all can keep doing this is funny. But we have so graciously found, and from what I have been told, it's more on the like romancy side, so like we're not gonna be talking about incest fucking father son muscle porn with cantaloupe balls. But today our cast is that of Billy, Janzak, Justin, Julian, and I believe if Travis is even here right now. Travis is like
I am indeed here. Hello.
Travis is
I
here.
am
I'm refueling.
indeed.
I'm
I
refueling.
too am. I am too fueling.
Now, there's we I don't we don't spoil the roles, but that's our cast today. And what is it? What else do we want to get out of the way for clarification? Do we want to like re-go over the rules, or
Yeah, go over
kind
the
of
rules
like
again.
so? There's really no prerequisites to what we have to do. Like we don't have to get shit faced. Like you could do that if we want, because Travis, spoiler alert, decided I'm gonna start fucking drinking. Like
It's a character
forget-
arc,
y'all
motherfucker.
it's a
forget me
character
too.
arc. Oh, Billy's drinking too, I guess. So that's not a prerequisite.
yeah.
We don't get shit faced and do it, but the main purpose of it is to read the fanfic and try and stay in character in your lines. Because in the last one, people were like, "Oh, like you're reacting." It's like, but if our lines aren't currently being spoken, we can like react and laugh and all that. That's kind of like our breathing room. Now, like let's say like someone wants to be super nitpicky, like stuttering and mispronouncing things is not breaking character. Like we don't usually read through these unless we absolutely have to. It's kind of like a read and fuck around and find out. If that makes sense.
I do have a
And
stutter, so
yeah, some of us actually just can't help it. We got that fucking stutter brain going on.
only when it like reads. I don't know.
But basically, the goal of these is to stay in character, and if you don't stay in character, you get like a little tally. I don't think anyone got a tally last time, or did we give Zach a tally because he got too horny?
I
Not
think
sure.
we did.
I think we did
Got
too. We might have to watch it because we said that's breaking character. The narrator shouldn't have been horny. But like we were
What?
okay. So yeah, he was Zach was the narrator in the last one, and he got way too fucking horny. And we decided since no one got a tally, we gave Zach a tally because he got way too horny.
How? He just fucking like, oh, as he's reading or what?
Yes, he was like moaning. You
Yeah.
didn't watch?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Zach got really fucking horny, so we gave Zach a tally. But the tally
must have missed
system,
that shit.
the tally system is it'll be what? Did we agree on a month or how long?
Oh,
3 months? 3 months. Every 3 months we'll see who has the most tallies, and the punishments are yet to be determined. So I guess that's gonna be discussed at some point.
You must gift away your Doja Cat emote to a random.
You gotta give away your Doja Cat emote. But did we cover pretty much everything? It's I feel like that's kind of it. The main premise of staying in character is you make up a little voice for your character, and that's your quote unquote in character.
Can
most
surprise you with voices? Well, my voice cracked. I'm so sorry.
yeah, so that's kind of like also the thing.
surprised.
Yeah, be surprised in our voices. However, as with most things, the narrator's just supposed to be an omniscient, like, they're not actually here, they're just reading off the actions. So once again, Zach, if you get too into it, we'll give you a fucking tally for breaking character. And the narrator's supposed to be I am a genderless being that is observing the homosexual acts that are happening on screen.
Reading my lines.
Something like that. Like a fucking Marvel movie. But, I believe I will read off who wrote this and the title, and we'll just start right in it. Zach? Zach?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Zach is there. Well, you're the first fucking person to read, so after that, it's like we're getting right into it. So, we ready, y'all? We ready? Ready to get all fanficked out?
I am not ready.
I don't give a fuck if you're ready.
yeah.
Alright, so this is Unexpected by Darlingergens? Is that how you say it?
Darling.
I think it's Argents.
Darling Urgents.
Oh, Darling
Argents.
Argents. On archive of
Our.
our own.com.
Oh,
Okay, like when words get jumbled up like that, I get all fucking like. But, with that introduction, let's get right into the fanfic.
This has got to be the least dramatic season of filming BoJack has ever done. He's completely sober for one thing. No struggling to be sober for shoots. No getting eaten alive by the studio or PC for getting drunk and fucking something up and damaging his reputation at the exact wrong time. No backstage drama, and for once he's playing a character who is nothing like him, which is challenging, but also makes it easier. Tommy Thompson, lonely divorcee trying to find his passion, with the help of his childhood best friend, is nothing like BoJack Horseman. His flaws are being too passionate about the wrong things, being too indecisive and optimistic, having too open a heart,
Calm
a
the fuck
contrast
down.
to his best friend, cynical, pessimistic, and nonetheless willing to follow Tommy anywhere.
Okay.
Joey Smith, played by Mr. Peanut Butter.
Subverting expectations is the name of the game here.
Princess Carolyn had told him at the pitch, and those expectations were certainly subverted. The first episode of season 1 is about to drop, and BoJack goes into the set expecting to film the scripted final scene. Tommy and Joey deciding that they're gonna stop searching for meaning, and they have each other, and that's what matters. Bojack's iced coffee in hand, steps into what he thinks is the right studio, and immediately turns around and looks at the door. Yep, Studio F.
In the
It's
chat.
it's where he's supposed to be, except for, but he's supposed to be, except the set of Tommy's house is gone, replaced by the interior of the gaudiest church Bojack has ever seen. Vegas has nothing on this, string lights galore, garish, angel art on every wall. It seems to be forcing as many architectural styles as possible in a tiny space.
BoJack!
Princess Carolyn waves across the room, and Bojack heads over, dodging a PA carrying a pair of massive white angel wings.
What is going on?
Lights, someone calls, and what already seemed overwrought and tacky lights up and reaches the new levels of hideously gaudy. It's too much. Bojack feels like he can't look at it too long. It's like the sun, except much worse.
We're changing the final scene.
God damn it. There we go. She shoves him a stack of pages, and Bojack nearly drops them.
Read up in your trailer. I'll send Mr. Peanut Butter over to practice with you. We shoot in 2 hours.
And she's off. Phone to her ear. Bojack opens the script. Interior, church, it reads. The first speaking character is Minister.
Oh no. I'm not sure about this.
Mr. Peanut Butter takes his hand. His hands are so soft. Bojack notices distantly.
I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I believe in you. I believe in us. Are you ready?
I never am, but maybe this time.
Then, yes, Minister, we're ready. I do it. I do. Oh,
I also do. Really? That's what he says?
well, not so monotone. Oh,
Narrator.
narrator.
Oh, it doesn't fucking say narrator. Mr. Peanut Butter drops Bojack's hand and it points to the script, a few lines up.
Tommy is sure of this, but the feeling of certainty is unfamiliar. He's hesitant but glowing.
Right.
Bojack clears his throat and tries to channel hesitant but glowing.
I also do.
Perfect!
Mr. Peanut Butter folds up his script and drops it on the table. They're in Bojack's trailer beside each other on the couch. By Bojack's watch, well, the clock on the microwave, they should be filming any minute now. Mr. Peanut Butter stands and stretches a little. They're both in costume, in cheap, yet classy, three-piece suits.
Goddamn,
During the timeline
Travis.
of episode, Bojack's not sure where or when the characters are meant to meet. Got him dressed up, but he's been wearing the same jeans and t-shirt for the last 9.5 decades. He takes the variety. Someone knocks down.
What?
Just wait.
My mic disconnected. Someone knocks at the door. Mr. Peanut Butter's ears perk up and he turns to his head. You need it back on set, Mr. Peanut Butter and Mr. Horseman. Someone calls.
Showtime!
Mr. Peanut Butter says and claps Bojack on the back.
I'm not sure the wig is necessary. Are you sure this says minister? Because I really am one, and we usually don't dress like judges.
Yeah, take that up with the costuming department.
And the minister.
Just a minute, mister. Bojack, you ready?
All good. I was just wondering, does this mean we're setting up for season 2 or shutting down the possibility? Why was this changed anyway?
Oh, this was the original ending all along. The writer just couldn't get the studio to agree to it, so she wrote another ending. But when the critical screenings of the first few episodes came back positive, they agreed to it. Says she clearly knows her stuff, and she does.
Oh my god, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Fucking. There we go. Princess Carolyn waves to her. What's fucking sucks. There's a lot of it, and Bojack remembers it all. Tommy and Joey babysitting together. Tommy enjoying doing a couple nude painting classes and painting each other.
You skipped
Tommy-
like 2
Go
lines.
Alright, Mark.
I said it.
You skipped
I
my
said- I
line,
said-
Bojack.
Princess
Princess Carolyn waves to her.
Yeah, Princess Carolyn waves to her.
Waves to her. She's coming out of the office. I'm doing this on a trackpad and I can't scroll down. It sucks.
Okay, you read your line, right? Okay.
Princess
Oh.
Carolyn waves to her. Yeah, there we go. She's coming out of her office. There.
Alright. Oh. Is that why all that stuff earlier in the season?
What stuff?
There's a lot of it. And Bojack remembers it all. Tommy and Joey babysit together. Tommy and Joey do a couple nude painting classes and painting each other. Tommy and Joey huddling for warmth in the cave as snowstorm rages outside. Actually, it's not Tommy's section. They'd agreed. And stripped naked to share warmth in one sleeping bag and wait out the storm. Really, that's the last thing alone. Should have been a hint.
Whatever, it's a great ending to a great season of TV. There's Emmy buzz, Bojack, you two should be proud. The critics are saying they've known you since Filbert, that your dynamic could lead a show, and this is proving it beyond a doubt.
Yeah.
PC heads off to the director and Bojack adjusts the lapels of his suit.
Sounds good.
Oh my god. Yeah, talk some more, Zach. You got.
The actual scene goes really well. No one stumbles over lines. And when the minister says, "I now pronounce you dog and horse, husband and husband together for life," they kiss. Very weird, certainly not strangely enjoyable. For the last take, and the director calls cut, it feels complete and perfectly satisfying. The minister pulls off his wig and grabs the marriage license they signed during the scene before wandering off. The hideous church, and really it's supposed to be in Vegas, which Bojack finds gratifying and has its light shut off and somehow more frightening in the darkness.
Good job, Bojack.
Mr. Peanut Butter says, and it's so sincere that Bojack almost can't handle it.
You too. See you tonight.
Yep.
Bojack drives home and wonders why it feels significant that he just pretends to get married. That he just pretended to get married.
Oh my god.
There's
Godspeed.
There's a couple hours before he has to get back into the car and drive to the premiere. There's photos to take, elbows to rub, horse divorce to sample.
Get on! Hold on,
Sham-
pause.
Can I?
Can you
We're
say
pausing?
that again, please?
Are we pausing?
Horse divorce.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Horse
Horse
divorce.
We're not gonna count that, but that was really funny. That was fucking.
Sorry.
I don't know French.
It's fun.
Horse divorce.
If you
probably
look at
said
it,
the same
if you
thing.
look
They're
at,
like
if you look at it, if you
They're
look
like
at it,
appetizers.
I'm just saying, if you look at the words and look at the says horse
Horse
divorce,
divorce.
Like I said, we're not gonna
Yeah.
count that. That was just fucking funny.
I found my mouth.
All right. See, we're back on.
Champagne not to sample. His 9th month chip is in his pocket. He's 2 weeks away from a year. He runs in his fingers as he pulls over and the valet takes his keys. The beginning goes in a blur. Cameras flashing, Mr. Peanut Butter by his side, questions shouted by journalists.
Okay.
And he tries half a dozen canapes, and gets canopies and gets to a table with the rest of the main cast. The writer goes out on a stage and talks about how this story is the story she's always wanted to tell, that being up on stage is her dream, and all that typical boring bullshit. And then the episode starts. Normally Bojack wouldn't stay for the whole thing, and he's tempted to slip out 5 minutes in when the opening credits play, but he forces himself to stay and watch with the knowledge of the finale. The fact the story is building up to Tommy and Joey's wedding is a lot more obvious. He hadn't really thought about it, but he really was playing a romance the whole time. There's longing glances, significant pauses. They mistakenly... Shut up! They mistakenly... I hear you. It's all white. I can't see the part I'm on.
I'll be honest, I completely lost where we are.
There it is. Here it is.
They get
The
mistaken.
whole time. There's longing glances, the significant pauses. They get mistaken for
for a couple several times. It's sincere. It's interesting. He keeps glancing at Mr. Peanut Butter, can't discern much of a reaction from him during the particularly romantic scenes. Why would he? The curtain comes down an hour later. The applause isn't wild or a standing ovation, but it's respectable. Bojack feels good about it.
Go home and know you did a good job. Really. Good job, Bojack.
He reaches for a cigarette, waiting for his car, and stops himself even before he remembers that he doesn't have any. It's progress, baby.
Okay, hold on. Before we keep going, does someone want to take up the narrator? Because Zach fucking, like, do you want to swap it off or do you want to keep powering through?
I got it. It's just, I
Narrator's talking
so much. I'm highlighting.
Okay.
As much
Now,
as I can
I get,
I
get you fucked up a bunch, but we're only gonna add, like, I think one tally because of the fucking, what was it? What did you say earlier? No, we weren't gonna count that. That was funny. It was the other one. The fucking, skipping the lines. The skipping the fucking things.
Yeah, he skipped like 2 lines.
I'm just gonna start like highlighting my shit while I read down so I don't. Here you go.
Alright, back in.
Sleep is hard. It's been a very long time since he's had to rely on his own body to get his sleep. And now that he's out of rehab and the rigid, unchanging routines, it feels nearly impossible to sleep at a normal time. But he doesn't reach for the bottle of whiskey. He takes melatonin, which is the lamest possible drug, and waits for his head calms down enough and drifts off. It means that he's been experiencing those odd pre-sleep thoughts for the first time since in his 20s. He's had some odd ones so far, but the one night is definitely the oddest. He wonders, why did he actually sign the marriage certificate? He remembers it. The reassurance that the cameras wouldn't capture the paper itself. The instruction to do what felt natural since it needed to look natural. They both done a scribble and written any 2 words, but they didn't. He remembers his own signature. Bojack Horseman. Next to Mr. Peanut Butter, their names printed neatly below. Why he thinks was that? That's wrong grammar. Why he thinks was that? And then he falls asleep.
Damn, author.
The thought occurs halfway through the next morning as he's collapsing on the couch post-run and scrolling through Twitter that the minister had objected to his costume. I'm actually a minister, he said, and the feeling of faint dread begins to tickle in the back of his mind. He texts Cece just to ease his mind. He thinks, how did you find the actor for the minister so fast? She replies half an hour later, which beats her previous record by 26 minutes. Didn't cast an actor. It was so sudden, so we found a real one online who does quick weddings. He bought the certificate and everything.
Oh no.
Bojack says as he calls Mr. Peanut Butter.
Okay, whoa, slow down there, buddy. What are you saying?
Bojack glances at his speedometer as he slows down to a more reasonable 5 over the limit. His heart pounding like he's done cocaine and hasn't needed a drink that badly since his early days of rehab. That we're married. We're actually married.
No. Stop.
That's supposed to be Bojack. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, fuck it.
Editor error. Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties.
Baby!
Okay, so it's right from that we're married, right?
I love game shows, bro.
Yeah, like that part, the little quotations.
Yes,
Okay.
from there. Okay.
That we're married. We're actually married. The minister was real, and we both signed our real names on the real marriage certificate, and we need to annul it.
Huh.
Mr. Peanut Butter pauses.
It didn't feel like any of my other weddings, but I guess you're right. We probably should before someone in the media checks the California marriage records and leaks it. But who would do that? Really? Is it that urgent?
Aren't you already married?
The silence that fills the answer enough. Bojack winces.
Well, as your husband, I should tell you.
Not really my husband, and really I don't...
I slept with Dan.
Bojack shuts his mouth.
after our divorce, more than once, Pickles, she knew I still had feelings for her, but I'd told her it didn't matter. I was going to tell her that I'd slept with Diane since we'd been dating, but I couldn't do it, so I proposed instead.
He pauses again. Bojack doesn't think he's ever heard Mr. Peanut Butter this serious for this long. It's more vulnerable and uncomfortable than he expected.
We got married a month later, and I spent the whole time trying to work up the nerve to tell her. I went through with the wedding and knew I'd made a mistake.
Someone cuts Bojack off and he almost hits the horn reflexively, but stops himself.
We went on our own honeymoon. I felt so guilty the whole time. And when we got home, I told her, and well, she started crying. She was really upset, and I told her she could leave. I'd give her half of everything and pay for her lawyer. It didn't matter. She said it was okay that I told her that she trusted me, and I knew I wouldn't do it again. And I told her we had to end it, that I had made a mistake.
Bojack winces. Then he sees his exit way too close. He cuts across 3 lanes through a wave of horns and makes it just in time.
So we got a divorce. She could have taken everything, but she didn't want it. She just wanted it to be over. And, well, it was everywhere for a while, but I guess you would have missed it. But it's over now, and I'm married again, so it's fine.
Fifth time the charm. Fifth time's the charm, right?
Bojack says and wants to hit himself. It was the wrong thing to say on so many levels. Mainly that they aren't really married, but Mr. Peanut Butter doesn't seem to mind. He laughs.
Ha! Let's hope so.
He hangs up before Bojack can ask him when they can sign divorce papers. ... Bojack had meant to drive to Mr. Peanut Butter's house, but he ends up outside Princess Carolyn's apartment building instead. It's her day off. Week off, actually. She actually refuses to work during her off hours now. So there's a possibility that she won't even let him in. But he's here already. So he goes up and knocks on her door. It takes almost a minute to get to the door, which Bojack thinks might also be a record. Whether it really has changed her.
It's an off day, Bojack.
I'm here as a friend, not a client.
She glares at him for a moment, and then there's a gurgle from behind her. She turns around and crosses the room to the cage in the corner. Not a cage, just a fenced-in area with a toddler hedgehog in the middle. She crouches down, and the toddler reaches out a hand to her.
Mommy's here.
She says, and the toddler starts to cry.
Oh, sweetheart, it's okay.
She picks up the
Julia,
toddler, and this is Bojack still standing there. She sighs.
Come on in, then. Could use some company.
Bojack ends up sitting on her couch as she tries to feed the baby. It's a long process which allows him time to sort through his own thoughts as she alternates talking to the toddler and telling Bojack all the good things critics are saying about the show.
Tommy and Joey is going to be a hit.
She says when she's almost done feeding her baby.
It ticks all the boxes. Great acting, a relationship to get invested in, a satisfying ending that leaves enough room for a sequel.
About the ending,
Does this have to do with your text this morning about the minister?
Yeah, about that.
I was just thinking about it. Why was he dressed like a judge? Who decided that? It's ridiculous. The wig and everything.
The wedding was real.
Princess Carolyn pauses with the last bite of her food halfway to the baby's mouth.
I'm sorry, what?
They told us just to do whatever looked natural, so we both signed our real names, and we said, I do, in front of a real minister, so it's real, right?
Oh, fish.
She says, and the baby starts to cry again.
Oh, fish. Damn it, Bojack. You said this was a friend thing.
You don't have to do anything. I'll figure it out. We'll get a quick divorce.
The media could find out any minute this could be an emergency. I need to call the office.
Don't.
Bojack puts down his glass of water on the coffee table and he stands.
It was good to see you. If it all blows up, we'll figure it out. But spend some time with your daughter, PC.
She looks up from rocking the toddler in her.
Could change the course of your career. It'll definitely change the context of the show. It'll look like you two made this show as a way of coming out together.
Bojack's stomach drops to his feet.
We can spin it, it's fine, but really get this taken care of so we don't have to spin it. Got it?
He nods and is out the door before he can let himself speak. Out in the hallway, he lets a breath. He doesn't let himself consider his first thought. That wouldn't be so bad. Why would he even think that? Of course it would be. ... Bojack drives back to his house because he's not sure what else to do, and flips through TV channels because he's not sure what else to do. Lands on a talk show discussing the first episode of Tommy and Joey. Watches a few minutes, lying on the couch and eating chips. They're analyzing the relationship between the main characters.
Okay, I forgot which host, what the host said. I'm not gonna lie. Before we do that,
Give him a tally. Give him a tally. Kyle gets a tally.
what? I didn't speak. That was a bit.
No.
Kyle gets a tally.
No.
Billy,
Fuck
Joel,
you.
Kyle, 1, 2, 3.
Kyle gets a tally.
Okay. Host 1, Billy. Host 2, Travis. There.
What?
No, I'm host
It's
2.
Billy,
Wait.
Joey,
Yeah,
and
okay.
Kyle. It's Billy,
Okay,
Joey, and
Bill-
Kyle.
Okay,
Billy
I
Joel
forgot
got
the
it.
order. I forgot the order. That's why I asked.
I'm one.
That's
I'm one.
two tallies.
Julian's
Two
two.
tallies for Kyle.
Kyle-
That's not
That's
two
three.
tallies. Fuck you.
That's one.
It's not 2
Tallies for Kyle.
tallies.
That's one tally.
Let's go.
I'll make it 3. I'll do it.
Fucker. Shut up.
Fucking do it.
Shut up, Billy.
Guys,
Billy.
Well, they're clearly the most important people to each other.
says one of the hosts, a Doberman in sleek purple dress.
The relationship propels the story in the season. It's the catalyst in the resolution.
It's very beautiful, really, and born out of a wonderful collaborative relationship.
Adds another host, a human woman with dyed pink hair.
It's a logical progression of their careers, but really, who would have predicted this kind of performance from BoJack and Mr. Peanut Butter a few years ago? They work very well together, but somehow they're only starting to collaborate now.
Yes, Janice, I see what you mean. So much potential, yet untapped until now. I can't wait to see what's next for these two.
Hopefully for another season.
Injects the last host. A deer in an outrageous suit pattern like the night sky giggles all around.
You've only seen the first episode.
Bojack grumbles and tosses another chip in his mouth.
But what about the rumors surrounding the actors? We're just getting this now on the teleprompter. Oh, Mr. Peanut Butter and BoJack Horseman got married?
Oh, shit.
Married? Oh my, when? Filed last night? What incredible news!
The two of them? Married? What is this, a crossover episode?
Oh, God.
How wonderful!
Alright. Damn, I didn't think we'd be getting all these tallies.
Yeah.
In the light of that, we really need to analyze this episode again. We'll see you after this commercial break with a breakdown of their characters and what it could indicate about the real pair.
On screen behind the host heads a picture of Bojack and Mr. Peanut Butter from the premiere floats into the view. Mr. Peanut Butter is laughing and his arm around Bojack, and Bojack looks at ease, almost happy.
Oh, no.
So, maybe we should have filed for our divorce earlier? Oh well, everyone makes mistakes next time, right?
There going to be a next time?
Bojack snaps and then closes his eyes. Damn it.
Okay, clearly this is bothering you. We can release a statement, tell the public what happened.
No, we can't.
Bojack glares at the cars in front of him. It's rush hour, so it'll be a while before he makes it to Mr. Peanut Butter's house.
It sounds ridiculous. We accidentally signed a real marriage certificate during the wedding scene in the finale, and then it got filed without our knowledge. Not to mention that if we spoil the last episode, the network will have both of our heads.
Good point. Well, what should we do then?
I don't know. This is Princess Carolyn's job, and she's not working this week.
Well, I'm sure she'll help if it's an emergency.
No, we can handle this. Has anyone contacted you for an interview?
Ryan Seacrest type wants us on Excess Hollywood tonight. Are you available?
If we can put this all straight, sure.
Well, we need to be there in an hour, so I'll meet you there?
Sure.
It's in the opposite direction, so Bojack cuts across the median, resists the temptation to flip off drivers honking at him, and joins the flow of traffic the other way, which is actually moving.
See you then.
Dot dot dot. Bojack gets there first, since he was already on the road. He waits backstage for Mr. Peanut Butter, resisting the urge to text PC. Fix your own damn mess, Bojack. He's been telling himself that for months. Mostly, it was about recovering from his addiction and trying to build a real, meaningful existence outside of his self-pity and constant fuck-ups, but it applies to his PR disasters as well. PC should be thanking him for this, really.
Bojack!
Mr. Peanut Butter says right behind him, and Bojack jumps.
How's it going?
Fine. Do you have a plan? How are we spinning this?
Well, I was thinking we can just pretend to be really married.
Are you serious?
Well, I was thinking about it, and I really can't think of a better way to do this. Like you said, we can't tell the truth, so there's not really a better angle. So if you're okay with it, we'll just act like newlyweds and get a tragic divorce soon.
So this is why he needs Princess Carolyn, because Bojack can't think of a better solution. They're on in half an hour. There is no time.
Sounds good.
He says, and tries not to think of the state of the media tomorrow. Dot dot dot.
What an exciting turn of events!
Ryan smiles at the camera and then turns back at them. They're sitting uncomfortably close on a couch together.
The premiere of your show and your wedding on the same day? That must be so great for you two.
So wonderful.
Bojack forces himself to say,
It's really great!
So, spill the deets. How long have you two been together? What was the ceremony like? Why hasn't everybody heard about this?
Well,
Mr. Peanut Butter says, taking Bojack's hand. And well, they held hands quite a lot since filming began, but this feels very different. Doing it as Mr. Peanut Butter, as Bojack and Mr. Peanut Butter instead as as their characters in front of all of Hollywood.
we started filming this show 6 months ago, and it was great, and we've always been attracted to each other, but the characters showed us a side of ourselves we hadn't really thought about before. The side that could fall in love.
Aww. A chorus of voices say, and Bojack jumps. He's not sure where the voices came from.
How sweet. And so soon after your fourth divorce.
Indeed, I'm not proud of it, but when you find the one for the 5th time, nothing else matters.
Bojack doesn't jump at the aww this time. He doesn't.
Lovely. And Bojack, what's your side of the story?
He looks up. The lights are too bright. He really didn't sleep a lot the night before. His eyes hurt.
Same?
The aww this time has an almost confused tone. Is it real people, Bojack wonders? As A. Ryan narrows his eyes at him.
Is that all? After that beautiful speech, I'd almost think you two weren't on the same page.
They certainly are not. Bojack doesn't know how to respond to anything Mr. Peanut Butter just said. It's more than giggly newlyweds. It sounds uncomfortably close to genuine. But he's here to sell this, so...
I just don't know what to say. He said it perfectly. When you find the one, nothing else matters.
Mr. Peanut Butter squeezes his hand. Bojack can barely feel anything else.
Alright, I believe you. But why was it a secret?
We didn't want to overshadow the show. It's not about us. We aren't our characters, and we didn't want our real lives to impact how the show is seen.
Mr. Peanut Butter's really good, Bojack thinks. He's got the perfect angle. Aside from having the world think that they're in love and married.
I guess it didn't happen right, but that's okay. I don't need to hide anymore.
Bojack is expecting it when Mr. Peanut Butter leans in for a kiss. It's almost chest. Almost the same as their wedding kiss. Fake wedding, he reminds himself, but the distinction doesn't feel as important as it did even an hour ago?
Aw. Well, Hollywood, that's our time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Cameras and lights shut off as Ryan heads off without another word as Bojack and Mr. Peanut Butter break apart.
Well, that was a good spin. That should hold off the media for a bit. Good job, Bojack.
And then he's gone. Bojack is sitting on the dark, empty stage alone. ...
You went on Excess Hollywood without telling me? Are you both insane? What do you think a manager is for if not for things like this?
It was your week off.
Which is why you're supposed to keep your heads low, not do this.
She hisses a little on into the phone, and the other end of the line Bojack can hear the baby crying.
Oh, it's Fish. 1 second.
She goes on mute, and Bojack makes eye contact with Mr. Peanut Butter, who looks a little cowed, for once, staring down at the table. They're at VIM in the conference room. Mrs. Carolyn on the speaker and Bojack on the phone. There's probably wasn't much of a reason to be here without her, but it makes it feel a little less chaotic. When she's calmed down the baby, she's back with a vengeance.
Look, you two, I'm taking 2 more days off, then I'll handle this. You two just stay out of public and we'll work out the divorce story.
No.
Bojack says, and Mr. Peanut Butter looks at him, surprised.
I mean, this show, it's good. It's really good. And now the story is that we fell in love working on it. If we divorce before the second episode even airs, that'll taint the rest of it, even ruin it. We can't do that.
Well, you're not wrong, Bojack. I didn't think you'd want to stay married for any length of time. Are you sure you're okay with this? Committing to this? You'll need to stay in this relationship at least until the finale. 10 weeks from now.
10 weeks is nothing. For the art, right?
For the art. Mr. Peanut Butter, what about you?
Sounds great.
He says, but he's not looking at Bojack when he says it.
Wonderful. Alright, I'll take the full week off then. See you later.
She hangs up and Bojack picks up his phone. Mr. Peanut Butter still won't look at him.
We're good?
Yes, and Mr. Peanut Butter nods, distracted.
Okay. See you later then.
He's in his car before he wonders if Mr. Peanut Butter is actually okay. He's never not been okay, but there's a first time for everything, right? He almost goes back because Mr. Peanut Butter hasn't come out of the building yet, but stops himself. They're not actually married. He doesn't need to do that. He drives home. He goes for a painful run. He can't stop thinking about it. ... By then, a day after the interview, hashtag Bo Butter is trending on Twitter.
Bo Butter?
Girl Crush has already come out with an article about them. 10 times Bojack and Mr. Peanut Butter gave us life. The first picture is from the 90s, their first meeting at a party, and the last is from the premiere. Diane didn't write the article, which Bojack is very glad to see. They haven't talked much over the last year, and it feels like he should be reaching out to her, but he doesn't really know what to say to her. What are you supposed to say in this situation, really? Hey, long time no talk, so I married your ex-husband now. How's your life going? No, he doesn't particularly want to lie to her. The whole truth isn't really an option, so it's better that she's not reaching out, and neither is he. It's better. It keeps telling yourself that, Bojack. He spends at least an hour clicking through tweets. The reactions range widely, but very few come close to guessing the truth, so he counts that as a win. They're believable enough as a couple to sell their fake marriage, so hopefully that means their show is good as well. Really, Bojack can look at this ultimate acting exercise pretending to be married to someone he only kind of likes in real life.
Oh my
Well,
god.
they'd gotten close during filming. The relationship is closer to friendship than it is at or at least it was while they were filming. Mr. Peanut Butter has been a bit weird over the last few days, but genuinely is on the upswing. Still acting practice though. He's about to close Twitter to find something productive when he checks his mentions and sees a recent one that stops him his check. So why have it? So stop fucking highlighting it. So why haven't at BJ Horseman and at Mr. Peanut Butter Official moved in together yet? Seems a bit weird to me. Hashtag Bo Butter. Hashtag Stan BTS. It's just one person. He's pretty sure no one else has asked that yet. But the implications aren't good. They need to be selling this 100%. It's important. Calls Mr. Peanut Butter.
Oh my
Dot,
god.
dot.
Butter.
Mr. Peanut Butter moves in with Bojack rather than the other way around. His house is bigger, and he's really used the guest room, and he's not about to give up his pool. He started off with that, suggesting Mr. Peanut Butter move to his place, and Mr. Peanut Butter had agreed right off the bat, without even suggesting the reverse. He'd been prepared to fight for it. He laid out his reasons before calling, but he hadn't had to for Mr. Peanut Butter. He's surprisingly a good roommate. Sure, he freaks out when the mail comes, and sometimes he gets up and paces in the night and wakes Bojack up. He's a ridiculously light sleeper without alcohol in his system, and it's awful. But overall, they get along well. So well, in fact, that weeks go by and Bojack barely notices he has to find a new project, a high-concept, moderate budget indie movie, and keeps busy. Mr. Peanut Butter lives his own life out of Bojack's guest room. Every so often they go on a date, and they let themselves be photographed together, and social media machines churns ever onwards. They get asked for selfies in public, he gets tweeted questions about their life as a couple all the time, and the general Hollywood consensus seems to be that Bo Butter, hashtag, is an adorable whirlwind romance, and that the show's ratings certainly don't seem to be hurting for it. Dot dot dot. The finale catches them both off guard. Well, maybe just Bojack. PC texts him in the morning meant to air. Happy almost divorce.
What?
He murders and checks the date. Yep,
Murders.
it's airing tonight. Murders.
Mutters.
Mutters, there we go. It checks the date. Yep, it's airing tonight. The date you should have been counting down to somehow sneak up on him. When he goes to the kitchen, Mr. Peanut is already there making omelets. He's not a big cook, Bojack has found, but he makes a killer omelet when he has the time and the motivation. He'll miss that when he lives when he lives alone again.
Morning!
He says and slides Bojack a cup of coffee as he sits down.
Morning.
Bojack says, taking a sip of the coffee, tries to figure out a good way to drop a casual divorce suggestion in the conversation. Mr. Peanut Butter, of course, beats him to it.
So, we're getting divorced today?
Maybe it's that coffee that Mr. Peanut Butter made is much better than Bojack's could ever be. Maybe it's a beautiful sunny morning and the kitchen smells like eggs and cheese and Bojack has gotten used to this, even though it makes no sense to have done it, so maybe in fact the last few weeks were probably the happiest of his life.
I mean, do we have to? That's kind of soon, right? It might seem obvious that we were waiting for this. What if we wait a couple more weeks?
That makes sense.
Mr. Peanut Butter slides an omelet onto the plate. It's steaming, and Bojack has never seen anything more beautiful. Mr. Peanut Butter slices it in half and passes one off to Bojack. When he tries it, it's light and fluffy and perfectly done.
The point of this is to avoid suspicion, right?
Exactly.
The omelet has somehow vanished already. Damn it, Bojack wished he savored it more.
I'll call PC and let her know.
Sounds great!
Dot dot dot. Princess Carolyn is silent for probably a full 30 seconds after Bojack stammers out the words "we're staying married for a bit longer." She then exhales a long and hard, somehow more full of judgment than words could be.
Right. Okay, Bojack. Should I be worried about anything here?
Worried? What would you be worried about?
I don't know, but Bojack, you have a date planned, right? You know when it's just not now?
Not exactly.
Just a few more weeks, no longer?
Definitely.
And you haven't chosen a date. Why?
We're both very busy. We'll get around to it when we get around to it.
Choosing a date or what, really? Bojack, what's going on?
He doesn't have an answer to that. It doesn't make sense that
Sloppy horse
this
sex.
divorce. He doesn't have an answer to that. It doesn't make sense that this divorce feels like an execution, and then he really doesn't want to be counting down to it. None of this makes sense.
Nothing. See you later, PC.
He hangs up before she can say goodbye back. ... Neither of them bring up the divorce again. For the next couple of months, more and more Mr. Peanut Butter things start showing up in Bojack's house. Bojack's living room gains a few more pieces of wall art. An extra room because Mr. Peanut Butter's off is a few weeks into this, whatever it is. Mr. Peanut Butter mentions over dinner at Elefante that he's going home for a week for a family wedding.
Am I coming?
Bojack finds himself asking. Mr. Peanut Butter blinks surprise.
I guess I do have a +1, and you've never been to a Labrador Peninsula, right?
No, I haven't.
Well, of course you're coming. My family should meet my husband. It would be weird if you didn't come.
So that's how Bojack is introduced to Mr. Peanut Butter's entire extended family as Mr. Peanut Butter's husband a few days later. He has a lot of relatives. It's a bit overwhelming, but Bojack thinks he does fairly well. Considering he's never done the whole meet the family thing before, the family gathering goes late. The wedding is tomorrow, and the party's already started. When they finally bow out, Bojack goes to get their luggage out of the rental car and comes to a horrifying realization on the way back to the house. They've been given one bedroom, with presumably only one bed, because they're climbing the stairs to their room is the longest walk of his life. Mr. Peanut Butter is humming cheerfully beside him. The bastard, completely unaware of Bojack's panic. When they get to their room, Mr. Peanut Butter still doesn't react. Just takes his bag and starts taking his shirt off. Bojack unsticks his tongue and manages.
So, we're sharing the bed?
Is that a problem? I can sleep on the floor.
No, not a problem.
Damn him. He's so accepting of the situation and Bojack doesn't want to look like a jerk. Really, they're fake married friends and roommates. Why would it be weird? It's only a couple of nights. Bojack keeps his shirt on and climbs into bed slowly. Mr. Peanut Butter spins in a circle or two on the bed before laying down. All in only his boxers. Why is he so ripped? It's not like he needs to be. Not fair. It takes Bojack at least 2 hours to go to sleep. Every time he starts to drift off, Mr. Peanut Butter sighs in his sleep and rolls over. And he's painfully aware that there may be a few inches apart most of the time. When he finally falls asleep, his dreams are far too enjoyable. ... The wedding is like every other wedding Bojack's ever been to, other than the fact that he stays away from the open bar. Mr. Peanut Butter even declines a champagne glass of his own, which Bojack tries not to think about. Makes him feel warm inside, like he has some sort of disease. He talks about the weather and light Hollywood gossip, and Mr. Peanut Butter's cousins, and the night goes by quickly. They're soon sleeping in the same bed for the second time, and it's just as terrible and perfect as the first time. All too soon, they're back in Hollywood, and things are back to normal. Life goes on. They both go back to work, and before Bojack knows it, it's their 6-month anniversary. A Ryan Seacrest type has them back on Access Hollywood to talk about it. It's more of the same. Mr. Peanut Butter being essentially convincing, and Bojack being unsure what to say to follow up his grandiose declarations of love.
Every day,
Mr. Peanut Butter says, holding Bojack's hand, gazing into his eyes.
I fall more in love with this beautiful horse.
Aww.
I'd be happy to spend the rest of my life with you, Bojack. I knew our marriage was the right thing to do. It may have seemed sudden, it may have seemed like a mistake, but it was the best mistake I've ever made.
Bojack can't speak for a moment. What he's saying sounds real. There's something in his eyes, in his voice, that Bojack can't pinpoint. And a mistake? Why would he say that in public? It was, but that's not the story.
How touching, BoJack. Can you even follow that up?
Aww, the chorus sings. The only thing that he can seem to say is true. It's true. He hasn't admitted to himself a while because this is Mr. Peanut Butter. You can't feel like this about Mr. Peanut Butter. This is ridiculous. But he does.
I love you.
He says, and Mr. Peanut Butter's eyes go wide.
What else can I say? That's all that matters. You're right. Our marriage was the best mistake of my life.
Oh.
Aww.
Wonderful. After this commercial break, speculation about meaningless, unverified gossip. See you soon.
That's a character. They're off the air. A Ryan heads off to the snack table. Mr. Peanut Butter blinks at BoJack. Neither of them have let go of each other's hands.
BoJack!
Were you telling the truth?
It might be the hardest question BoJack's ever asked.
I mean, to A. Ryan. About me, BoJack Horseman, obviously.
BoJack.
Mr. Peanut Butter finally lets go of his hand and runs one hand over his head, which he does a lot when he's put on the spot. BoJack knows that about him. He knows so many things about Mr. Peanut Butter.
Of course I was.
BoJack has never felt so many emotions in his life. The biggest, though, is relief that Mr. Peanut Butter feels the same. That he doesn't have to live alone again. With the most functional relationship he's ever had, and can keep going.
Me too.
Man, Mr. Peanut Butter smiles. It's the best thing he's ever seen. ... They're both banned from Access Hollywood Studios 20 minutes later.
Improper use of dressing rooms.
BoJack snaps as he merges onto the freeway. His shirt on backwards, he notices. Whoops.
Who are they to say that anyway?
Really? Isn't undressing part of dressing?
All a character. Mr. Peanut Butter adds indignantly. His shirt's still in the dressing room. There's another one back at home. Their home. BoJack can finally say that now.
Obviously.
The rest of the tribe is mostly silent and summering with possibility. BoJack can't stop smiling.
What a beautiful story of love that we never have to see with our eyes again.
That should have been the season 7 of BoJack if it didn't get canceled. That should have just been the 7th season. There you go.
A lot of this felt like
BoJack and Peanut Butter.
Felt like they could have been there.
I think what was fucking. I'm really upset they didn't write the sex scene out. That would have been better to read. I like how it's a throwaway joke is the fucking misuse of the dressing room.
That's a really good. I won't lie, that makes it funnier.
Fucking, that was so funny that they refer to it as A. Ryan. That was it.
A Ryan. A Ryan.
But
I was
fucking.
tempted to go full A Ryan Seacrest, but I'm like, this sounds funnier. A Ryan.
Fucking, there you go. That was the, actually, guys, I didn't want to tell you, but that was actually the plot of season 7. They didn't want us to spoil that, but we were handed expressly a script.
No.
It was canceled because it was about
don't-
2 well-written gay characters.
Exactly. We
All right. So tally count, right? So Zach had 2 because of the one fuck up, and then later just
You had one.
started giggling. I had 1.
I didn't-
I didn't think that was
Kyle
fucking.
had 3.
I don't
Kyle
have
had
3. No,
Kyle
I
had
don't.
3. Kyle has 3, or I'm
I
cutting my
don't have
contract.
3.
That's it.
You
That's it.
fucking
Kyle has
bye.
3.
We
Kyle
don't
has
need
3.
you. Cut
Bye,
that
man.
contract.
Princess
It's already
Carolyn,
over.
No more.
No more sequel. I had 1, but I don't even think that's even considered because I asked what roles we were.
Boo-hoo.
Granted,
Fuck you,
in
Travis.
that
I didn't
case-
even write one down.
No, here's the thing. In that case, the people who were roles they should have known.
Fuck you. I'm taking one.
See,
I'm taking
I knew
one
because
tally.
I got like a line in and I just started
So wait, hold
laughing
on.
because
We're
the line
agreeing.
before was like, hilarious.
We're agreeing that Kyle has at least 2 because
He
not
has-
only did he not know what the role was, he asked and broke character. So that's 2 tallies.
No, you
That's
fuck you.
2.
You're just trying to
There's
add
no
more for
rules.
bullshit.
There's no
That's not the
rules. There's no
rules.
rules.
It's breaking
Read the
character.
rules. Rewind it back. What'd he say? Like at 0:10 of this fucking video? Okay, the rules are if you break character, you get a tally.
Yeah,
The other
fuck you,
rules,
Travis.
if
You're
you
just
don't
fucking
talk
stay
as you're
mad.
supposed to,
Stay
you
mad.
get a tally. Stay mad at 2 tallies, bitch.
I get one.
Stay mad at 2
I get
tallies,
one.
bitch.
I'll take my modest one because
Dude,
I
it's not making
asked.
modest too.
It's
I
a
put
modest one.
I agree with one.
Fucking. So
I
I got
had
one.
I originally
Two.
said one.
I got one. Julian got one. Zach got 2. I don't think Justin broke character, did he?
Never.
Never.
And I think Travis got one because he fucking laughed at one of the Princess
No.
Carolyn lines.
Yeah, you get one.
You did. You got one. You got one.
Yeah,
You broke character.
yeah,
You broke
yeah.
character.
You got
If he
one.
doesn't get 2,
No,
I
I
get
said
0.
perfectly still in character.
Bullshit.
Well, yeah, that's why you laughed
He broke
mid-line.
character,
You-
and
You
fucking
literally, Travis, you literally broke out laughing mid-sentence.
You got- You did.
No, if
You
he
did.
gets 2, if he gets 1, I get 0 because this subtracts my
No.
1.
What is this
It's that
logic?
simple.
No,
Do
you,
y'all
you
not know
got
how to do
one.
maths? The fucking
You're
subtraction?
you're
You
drunk.
not
You're
recognize
drunk.
Well,
when
you
you
don't apply
break
to different
character?
factors. You're not
You're
applying to
drunk.
different factors right now.
Go home. You're drunk.
I am home, bitch. What do you mean? You go home.
Fuck you. I am home.
Fucking Pennsylvanian looking motherfucker. I swear
Fuck
to God.
you. All right, but yeah, that was the fanfic, guys.
I definitely
That's
had
the only
one
college
tally.
in
Oh,
State
okay,
being
Billy.
Penn State,
Billy,
you
I didn't think Billy broke character, but I guess if Billy says
Because something,
So
because
essentially
something
everybody got-
is
everybody
we-
but
kinda
Justin
like
got a
sentence
tally,
in. I
except
forgot
Zach. Zach
what
got
line
2.
it was, but like I started reading it and I started fucking dying laughing because of what happened before. And I was like, okay.
Damn, Justin keeping up the hot streak. Zach
right.
taking the
I broke
fucking
character.
Zach taking the lead of most tallies already. That's tough.
It is tough because I'm like reading the most lines.
Well, that was your fault. I did say I didn't want you to be narrator, but you're like, oh no, I'll do narrator.
Because it's okay. At the same time, I'll take the tally.
I did
but it's just
offer.
funny.
I did offer. I even said,
know
does
you
someone want to take narrator?
I was gonna, but then
Whatever.
Zach was like, I'm good. I'll just keep doing it.
No, I'll just do it because I knew for a fact it was just gonna be funnier. And then when I almost fucking died, I almost died when it was the fucking like, what is this, Kyle's? What is this?
I was waiting for it so fucking. I was waiting for
I really
it. I wanted to say it.
contemplated when like I really contemplated when Bojack showed up to her house, just going like, "What are you doing here?" just taking the tally.
Dude,
I
fucking,
really wanted
that
to
would have
fucking
been
do
so
it.
fucking funny, bro. Fucking, I tried to make the most convincing Mr. Peanut Butter. I was trying so fucking hard.
Pretty good. I can't make
Fucking-
a raspy 20 years smoking voice.
How was my very
The oak fish really was fucking so funny.
I wasn't gonna. I'm surprised no one called me out for hashtag Bo.
No, somebody liked
The
that in
beat-
the comments.
Oh yeah,
Somebody
I
had
need to check the comments.
BTS.
The fucking stand BTS.
I was talking to someone earlier.
Dead BTS.
I didn't have my chat open, but fucking, that was really fucking good. I like how Julian did the fucking hand clapping for the Ryan Seacrest.
I was hoping for every time he said a fucking word, Julian would just clap. For the whole one.
Julian got in the
Whatever,
character
that
of a
killed
Ryan
me.
Seacrest type. Aww,
Julian
Bojack.
played the ride. He played it perfectly. He literally played it
Bojack.
perfectly.
I honestly thought I
Thank
missed
you.
last week. Oh, thank you, Martin. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm just catching up on chat. Fucking when I said the throwaway of like, oh, I don't know if anyone didn't care about Fanfic Friday. Oh, that's totally fine. Oh, you're just talking with Martin.
Yeah.
David the Zeta nerd. Those lines got King Crimson canically answered. The Manfred von Karma snap. Why does this like the plot to a real episode. The hashtag BTS killed me. It did seem like it was an actual episode of BoJack, which is kind of like, I will compliment the person that wrote this, that was actually like very, very authentic to BoJack.
I felt very in tune with you during that.
I know. It's like we were meant to play these characters.
And that's what makes you two the best couple.
I mean, we already are technically like married, so this role is like this fanfic was too easy. Too easy.
Yeah, really.
We're already married.
Give us a challenge.
That Jimbo's guy was right. PB deserves like 20 tallies.
Listen to the audience. Give them 20 tallies.
Fuck
Listen
you.
to the
I am not
audience.
taking 20 tallies.
Wait, that's Jimbo's
I'll settle
himself
for
saying
2.
that. Jimbo's
Shut up. I'll
himself saying
settle for 2. I'll settle for 2.
But fucking, all right. So that one, honestly, that wasn't bad. I actually kind of liked reading that one because it was actually.
We gained the most tallies.
Listen,
that one gave us the most tallies.
it was well written and wasn't gross, so it was pretty alright.
That final part where it was like misuse of the dressing room felt like a BoJack joke.
That was so fucking funny. BoJack just going. The implied sex, the fucking Mr. BoJack and Mr. Peanut Butter. That's not how that works. You have a horse cock. You would kill him.
It's funny, just the idea of like, damn, they really side-shafted that. They mentioned her, but damn, you know how Diane must feel about this?
Bro, right? It's like, wait.
She's probably just fucking reading all the articles, just like,
are you fucking kidding?
She's probably like, so let me get this straight. My ex-husband and my best friend are now married and... What? This fucking... That was just the Diane facepalm.
The fucking mouse from Goku's probably like, Diane! There's an article about your ex-husband and your best friend. Do you want to write that one?
She's like,
God,
for the
right.
love of, and fucking like tripping on like whatever they have set up.
I can imagine it's her with her fucking guy. Her and guy just having a nice day, right? They're fucking married and shit. It's like her old boss calls her up. It's like, hey, I have an article for you to read. It's like, oh well, whatever it is, it probably won't ruin this. Are you fuck? It's like they just cut off before she can say it.
Oh yeah, like doesn't finish the fuck or whatever. It's fucking.
Yeah,
are
they
you?
never do.
Well, Diane had another thing like that where she started the fuck and then like the next episode finished it.
Diane started to fuck.
Yeah.
Well, no, she had a fucking
she started
episode
to
where
fuck.
she said F you. She was like, and then like the next episode starts with the CK.
Oh yeah, they got away with that because they technically didn't say it was two.
Yeah, it was two halves
episodes.
of fuck in different episodes.
And it
They haven't
worked.
said fuck in the show at all? I thought
No,
they
they say one fuck a season.
They kind of dropped that for the last two though.
Yeah, but like their thing was they say at least one fuck like F-bomb a season, and I think Diane
It's
got
meaningful.
2 of them. Did Diane get 2 of them, or was it just like it wasn't that one time?
Herb. It was Herb. Then it was like the Dear Mom, fucking whatever her name was. Season 3, I think it was Todd, Herb, the fucking whatever her bitch name was, the Dear Mom, and then season 4. I can't remember what happened in season 4.
Season 4 was a blur.
See, wasn't
I
season
thought
4 the
Sarah
one
Lynn
with
would have gotten
Sarah
the
Lynn?
fuck. That seems like such a Sarah Lynn thing.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
one she died, but no one. I don't think anyone said it to him.
Hmm.
I
But
think it
The
was
fucking-
the
show is like very, very like loosey goosey. For lack of a better word. Also, because I'm drunk.
Yeah,
On the word
fucking.
fuck.
You're not
Very PC
shit faced.
nonetheless.
You're buzzed.
You're buzzed.
I'm buzzed now. I'm not like, you know. But you know what?
Fuck
Yo,
you,
show,
cat.
at the
Like, at the
beginning of
beginning of
this,
the
you were like
fucking
fucking
thing.
wheezing.
It's fucking funny. Just Travis constantly fucking laughing at
I was
everything.
like, yo, bro, chill.
Literally, me and Travis were just trying so hard not to laugh. I was dying at the beginning.
Like, I'm just like,
'Cause I was
while
like, I
Zach was
can't.
reading, I was just trying to be like, yo, chill, guys. Fucking, yo, chill. But yes, this was longer than the previous one, but I feel like the only, like, restriction, like I said, we have to them is, like, just not, like, weird, like, self-harm, suicide shit. Like, we're not reading
Children.
those. Yeah, we're not reading those, like, grossly fucking reaping style fanfics with, like, Meg getting raped by Michael, but... I know we said we get something harder, but plot twist, the one with actually no sexually explicit content was the one where we got the most tallies. Justin got the victory royale for no tallies. It's because Justin got the most simplistic fucking depressed I'm Bojack. I am Bojack.
Dude, you should just one day. We should just one.
You do Bojack too well, Justin. You shouldn't kin with Bojack.
Oh my god, I was gonna say, imagine us getting the Me Canyon video scripts.
Bro,
We
listen.
just need to find like fucking Yoda.
Is
stuff
that the
out.
demon
Oh my
of
god.
Hollywood?
Is that the goddamn demon of Hollywood? Hollywood, it do! It goddamn Princess Carolyn! Please, Mr. Peanut Butter! I don't want to die!
I want to live in the world this fanfic's in where gay representation's normal.
If this was the plot of BoJack, if it didn't get canceled, I would have been completely content if that's how BoJack season 7 would have ended. Listen, that's not me being biased, but I don't know. That seemed pretty in character that they'd accidentally get married and then just go roll with it because BoJack craves fucking affection.
And then in the end, it's like, oh, this was actually pretty nice.
Now, I feel like one thing to discern: who is the top and bottom? Because they didn't specify.
I feel like.
I feel like that's essential information.
Bojack's a bottom.
BoJack's the bottom.
He'd kill for any love and affection.
Damn,
Defeating
BoJack. Get it? BoJack bottom. It's both B's. You think
Dude,
PB gives
BoJack
that?
bottom?
You think PB living gives the best head because it's so close to BJ? Bojack and peanut butter is like a BJ. BJ.
Kyle, Bojack's name is already BJ. Bo and the
Shut
Jack.
up.
You know what's funny? You know
The
what's
Bo
like
butter was
funny
really
thing?
fucking funny. The
Bo
fucking
butter, yeah, the hashtags of Twitter and shit. It's like Bo butter.
fucking.
And
But oh my
and-
god. Listen.
Dude, I was
Honestly,
hoping-
this was way better than I thought it would be. It wasn't a cringe fest. I mean, Justin was probably
a
cringing
good-
because fucking
Gay people.
Justin's like gay people. Ew.
Gay people, oh fish.
That was honestly, I think what was the fucking like the cherry on top was Travis's Princess Carolyn. Oh, fish.
Dude, every time that happened, I was close to losing. I was like,
So fucking funny. This is fucking Leanne's gonna get a fucking kick out of this because originally Leanne was supposed to be our Princess Carolyn, but she had to work, and thankfully Travis was on call after our BTS
guys,
concert, which I did stream. I don't think anyone watched it, but it's like a quick video of us fucking
They tried
basically.
to become terrorists on the BTS
Yeah.
concert. Spoiler alert.
Oh
Listen.
my god, I probably got caught talking about my fucking the nudes I got on the stream.
No, I made sure to
wait.
not. No, you just admitted to it. I made sure not to stream until you did that.
Wait. Oh no!
You just
Now you gotta
admitted
cut
to
this.
that on fucking stream.
don't worry.
Damn! I was
Movie magic.
surprised with nudes against my will. I
Stop.
Now you gotta cut it off.
I
here.
like
Now you gotta cut it
I
off
like
here.
how you would have just gotten away scot-free, but you had to say the oh damn it, I probably just got caught live. You didn't. I had to common courtesy. You fucking
Now
soiled
we
it,
gotta cut it.
Travis.
Everything after
Siri,
this, we
pour
gotta
me
cut.
another glass. I need another drink.
But that'll conclude episode 2 of Fanfic Friday. I hope y'all enjoyed that beautiful romance. I feel like was one of the tags just romance?
Help it.
I think so, yeah.
All right, so yeah, that one was more wholesome and funny than the last one, which is disgusting and cantaloupe balls. But you know, we're gonna now to
A cop
after.
the size of a 2-liter soda.
But we're gonna now discuss the voting polls for next week's fanfiction, which you guys always love doing. You love voting. You love democracy. You love fucking democracy. You're gonna vote for our next fanfic. Just do me a favor, and the one that I want is what you should vote for, right?
The one you should vote for is anything that lets
Oh my
me
god,
play
guys.
Yoda.
Guys.
What?
Before we end stream, Sony leaked that Travis Scott will have a DualSense controller, his own official Travis Scott.
Yo,
PS5
the
controller.
Travis Scott controller. All right. but that'll conclude episode 2. Our cast will now do a bow, even though you can't see it. But once again, thank you, Julian, for making
I'm not bowing for shit.
Julian making
No.
the amazing Gwenification of the BoJack characters we have here. I cannot wait to see what other ungodly creations Julian's able to like manifest in his mind. I think what was even funnier is a little like, I don't know, we'll call this like a little yeah, what is it, blooper, or is it like the behind the scenes? Behind the scenes. So he actually, I think, finished this before the poll was actually finished. Isn't that what you did? You like made this before the poll was even finished. You're like, oh yeah, I already did it, but like if it doesn't win, I'm just gonna keep it around.
I think I made BoJack first, and then when it officially won, I did everything else. Because I knew BoJack was going to be the hardest, so I just did it right away.
Julian was like, I'm gonna work ahead even if this doesn't win, and if it doesn't win, I still have a funny fucking picture of BoJack. But yeah, fucking, just remember, guys, when you're voting, just envision what Julian's going to Gwenify, because that's what's the driving force for me, is I was really looking forward to seeing BoJack characters Gwenned.
What you imagine it'll be is probably going to be like 1,000 times worse, actually drawn out by me.
Honestly, I think the BoJack and Peanut Butter one look really good, but then you made Carolyn cursed on purpose. Like you purposely made her look cursed, like the shrinking of her face. It's like BoJack and Mr. Peanut Butter. They look fucking solid. That's fuego. Julian's like, for the meme, I'm just gonna shrink her face real quick.
Oh my god.
That's so fucking funny. But like I said, we're gonna discuss now the poll for next week. I think should I pin it to my Twitter, or should I just like retweet it every day or something? We're not gonna do it. So we're only gonna put it up for a day, because last time I put it up for a whole weekend and it like lost so much traction.
No,
excuse me.
It was just 2 days.
Oh well, it was still too like it still seemed too long, because not that many people people voted, but then like halfway towards the second day, like it didn't get any fucking votes. So I was like, okay, I guess BoJack won. But we're gonna have the poll up, I believe, later today. Well, yeah, because we don't go to bed till realistically like 3 or 4. But we'll put up the poll later, and yeah, we'll put up the poll later, and y'all can start voting. Remember, like, subscribe, share the video around. We do this shit because Travis fucking interjected it on a podcast, and now it's kind of just rolling. It seems y'all really eat this shit up, like you fucking just love hearing the fanfic. So we will continue to grace you with our acting prowess. That's where somebody was supposed to like follow that up with a funny.
Haha.
Keep laughing. Keep laughing.
That was a funny one.
Yeah, Kyle Bots,
That
keep
was
it
a
up.
funny
Keep it
one.
up, Kyle Bots. Laugh. Laugh, Kyle Bots. Laugh, Kyle Bots. Laugh. I know. Bob for me. Bob for me. Bob for me. Bob for me. Bob.